to move on to one of your guys that I absolutely love at LSU. Talking about a guy who could be the best player at his position coming out of the draft this year. This guy, I think, is super underrated. I think this guy could be, if not, maybe the second best cornerback I've looked at in the draft, and that's cornerback Tre'Davious White. Tell us a little bit about Tre'Davious White.
Well, Tre'Davious White comes from LSU. He's another in a long line of top-level corners that come from this school. They used to talk about Purdue as being quarterback U. LSU is cornerback U, and Tre'Davious White does not disappoint. He was actually awarded the coveted number 18 from the Tigers for symbolizing success and selfless attitude on and off the field. So he's a great character guy.
Yeah.
But here's a number that'll jump out at you.
Team captain in 2016.
Yeah. First team Walter Camp All-American, All-SEC selection. And when you're selected All-SEC, that speaks volumes.
Mm-hmm.
They are, despite what anyone says, still the best conference in the country.
That ain't all MAC.
No, you're not talking about MAC whack, anything like that here. We're talking about the SEC. This guy came in as a top 5 cornerback prospect nationally, stepped into the starting lineup in week 3 of his freshman year, despite all the other talent on LSU's depth chart, and finished his rookie year as an All-SEC freshman team member. He had 55 tackles, 2.5 for loss, 2 interceptions, and a team high, this is a freshman, team high 7 pass breakups. He came back in 2015, 33 tackles, 3 for loss, 2 picks, 6 pass breakups. But here's the one to get you. This past year, 34 tackles, 2 interceptions. He's averaging 2 interceptions a year here. Team high 14 pass breakups.
That's what you want.
He's got great footwork. Most of his experience comes on an island. He's a guy you don't have to help over top. He's 5'11", 192, good arm length, 32 1/8, good hand size, 9 1/8 inch hands. But he's the type of guy that you can leave without sending safety help over.
Yeah.
That's what you want. That's coveted. He's got great coverage.
And not only can he play on the outside, dude has played slot too. Dude can play all over the field.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing too, you have to remember, this guy was constantly matched up against the likes of Amari Cooper in 2014, Calvin Ridley in 2016. He's got a willingness that gets better every year to attack at the line of scrimmage, do his part against the run. He's a 3-year punt returner with a punt return in each season and also a gunner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's got decent speed that you look for with the 4.4, 32-inch vertical jump. He had good shuttle drills, good cone drills. His main weakness is he does have a bit of a slender frame, and he doesn't have maybe the play strength you want from a slot in the NFL, but that can, as we've talked about, be improved in an NFL weight room. But
yeah, I can deal with size. If a guy don't have size, I can deal with that. You can work, you can fix that.
He needs to. Oh yeah, he needs to improve his willingness as a tackler a little bit more in the run game. But good God, man, the guy he can cover. He can cover everyone, and you don't see many 4-year starters in the SEC, especially at programs like LSU.
Yeah.
This guy was a 4-year starter. He's one of the best mirror cornerbacks I've seen in a long time, and that mirror technique is something we used to see Charles Woodson do all the time. When it looks like the corner is running the route better than the receiver. And that's what Tre'Davious White brings to the table.
Yeah, I think of all mine, yours, whoever we're looking at, he's probably my favorite player that I've looked at. I can't find any negatives. Like you said, a little small frame or whatever that can be fixed, but from all all accounts that I've looked into, I don't see very many negatives with this cornerback. Do you think if the Packers, if he's there at 29, the Packers pick cornerback Tre'Davious White, um, do you think he would be? Think he would be able to step in right away and be either a number one or number two cornerback for the Packers this year?
Yes,
I do too.
unequivocally, yes. I think he could step right in, and I don't think number one right out of the gate, but I think he'd come right in and take that number two spot on the outside, and I
Yeah,
think he would get put on an island quite a bit. I think Devon House is going to be the number one corner week one, but if they drafted Tre'Davious White at 29,
it
it
wouldn't last
wouldn't
long.
shock me in the slightest to see him as the number one corner by week 8.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's. I mean, jumping over Devon House. I know you like Devon House, but that's not a huge
Well,
hurdle.
yeah,
And
but
a guy with the talent that Tre'Davious White has, and as good as he could be, he could beat him out in training camp. That's how much I'm impressed with this dude. I like
that
Mister.
wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah.
He may be my favorite prospect in the SEC, and we tried to make sure we got guys for this show that we haven't mentioned in the past. Otherwise, I
Mm-hmm.
would have gone out and talked about Quincy Wilson because I really like him a lot too. But I think I like Tre'Davious White better.